Where's the fence? 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 Where's our fence?
That was a new ad by Grassfire that debuts Wednesday criticizing senators who support the immigration bill while politicians try to revive the stalled bill. The situation on the ground, well, that continues to get worse. Violence against Border Patrol agents is on the rise. More and more agents are being attacked by smugglers trying to sneak immigrants and drugs across our border. Joining us now is the president of Grassfire. Steve Elliott is with us. A very effective ad, funny ad. We passed the bill in 2006. 700 miles of fence. The funding's there. Where's the fence?
Well, that's what we want to know, and I think that's what millions of Americans want to know right now at this point in the debate. In fact, I think about 800 miles was authorized, and a few miles have been built, and everyone wants to know where the fence is.
Yeah, and 5.5 years after 9/11, especially we want to know this here. You know what's funny? They had this big press conference the other day, the supporters of reviving the bill, and that included, for example, Bob Menendez, Ted Kennedy, Senator Mel Martinez was there, and roll call picked up. They said they had millions of letters in these boxes behind them. It turns out somebody from roll call walks over, looks in the boxes. All the boxes were empty. And what I'm hearing from senators and congressmen is just the opposite is happening. America is screaming at these guys to build the fence and control the border. They don't want this comprehensive bill. Is that the feeling you're getting from people in your support?
Well, we have seen an overwhelming response in the past few weeks to the reintroduction of this bill this year. In fact, last week when the president threw down the gauntlet and said, from Albania, when he said, "I'll see you at the bill signing," our response was even greater than the prior week when the bill was being debated. So citizens are outraged like we've never seen them, and basically there is a distrust that this government will do what it said.
I think the fix is in here. I think these guys got so angry at the reaction of people calling and writing, and they're just discounting people's opinions. So they made this new effort, but it's really still the Kennedy amnesty bill. And I think what they've agreed to is that they'll support all the amendments, the limited number that will go to the floor. They'll all vote against them. The bill will stay the same, and basically the fix is in. Do you see it that way?
Well, it's even worse than that. We understand that the backroom deal, this is the fourth backroom deal that we've had on this bill, actually is going to use some arcane Senate rules to make sure that opposition is thwarted. But we think grassroots citizens can rise up and can literally stop this.
That guy's throwing rocks at border agents here. These guys are attacking our agents
By the way,
border.
Steve, it's a lousy bill because of the fence. You're talking about a fence that's going to cost $3.2 million, according to Republican Jeff Sessions. $3.2 million a mile. What's it made of, solid gold?
Well, I'm not sure about those estimates, but we do know that building a fence is actually the most affordable way to secure the border. And
according to whom?
It's what the American people... According to whom? According to everything that I've read, and I'm sure everything that most of the people out there in America know.
According to whom?
Listen,
who says it's the best way to secure the border?
We're spending... Well, if you've been to San Diego, you've seen what I've seen, which is that a fence actually does work.
Yeah, they go around the fence.
Excuse me?
They go around the fence. Now
they need
fences up in El Paso and San Diego. Well, now they go around the fence. So they'll have ladders and shovels to go around wherever the fence is.
Well, Alan, you may be the last one to come to this realization, but fences really do work. And so does changing the incentives at the border.
What evidence is there that it works? We haven't reduced immigration with what they've done so far.
Well, that's because we have very few miles of fence. But where we have the fences, they do work. And it goes to the point.
Well, what evidence is there that it works, Steve?
You have to build the fence.
What is the evidence that it works? Where is it?
Well, the evidence is that the heart of the matter is that Congress promised to build a fence. And the president signed the bill, and yet there's no will among this Congress or this president to do what they said they were going to do last year.
You're right. Well, first of all, the Republican Congress that passed this last November, they only funded it to the tune of $1 billion. They didn't really fund it. And again, you keep saying there's evidence that it works. You fail to provide any evidence that a fence actually works, because we haven't really had one that's going to cover the entire border, and we're not going to have a 2,000-mile fence even when this bill is completed.
Well, obviously there's places where we don't need a border, but we need 700 to 800 miles of fence, certainly, to make this work. So we're very excited to see grassroots citizens rise up and once again stop this amnesty bill.
It's 5.5 years after 9/11. Build the fence. And when they can do that now, the money's there, build it. and then we'll show Alan how successful it'll be.
Can't wait.
And coming up next, thanks for being with us, Steve.